Hello, I'm Bernie Hayes. Today we have Mr. Bennie Gilliam-Williams of Harris-Stowe State University and the Vashon Alumni. Today on the Bernie Hayes Show. And welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes, and my guest is Bennie Gilliam-Williams, the assistant to the president of Harris-Stowe State University, Latonia Collins-Smith. Bennie, how are you?
Good morning, Mr. Hayes. I'm doing fine this morning.
You're the assistant to the president, but you're also the events coordinator at Harris-Stowe State University, too, aren't you? I mean, they want to have an event at Harris-Stowe State University. They call Bennie Gilliam-Williams. Is that correct?
Yes, as they say, a man of many titles.
Yeah.
So yes, my official role is special assistant to the president of Harris-Stowe State University, Dr. Latonia Collins-Smith, interim
Right.
board liaison, university events and special projects.
Right. Bennie, how did you get to Harris-Stowe State University? Tell us a little bit about Bennie Gilliam-Williams.
A little bit about Bennie Gilliam-Williams as myself. Born and raised here in the city of St. Louis. A proud product of St. Louis Public Schools, K through 12, a proud graduate of the Vashon High School, the one and only Vashon High School Wolverines. Went there, graduated, then transitioned to Harris-Stowe State University, where I did my undergrad in urban education, which allowed me to work within the K through 12 system for a minute, then came back to Harris-Stowe to do university events, and then transition to the role into the office of the president.
Mm-hmm. I see that you have a Vashon Wolverine shirt on. Could we see that?
Sure, yes.
Wow, okay. Tell us about Vashon alumni. Well, we hear about Sumner and other school alumni, but Vashon, tell us about the alumni of Vashon, some of the illustrious people that came out of there.
The alumni of Vashon is very, very, the list is long. The list is long. I know we respect our sister institution, of course. We respect Sumner because Sumner, yes, was the first high school for African Americans, but Vashon was second. Vashon was created back in 1927. Some of our notable alums, which consists of Congresswoman Maxine Waters, professional basketball player Anthony Bonner, musician Donnie Hathaway, to Lloyd Gaines, to Eston Howard, who was a baseball player, to the legendary basketball coach Floyd Irons, to Henry Jackson, who was a professional boxer, to Vito Vitalis Reed, who was the postmaster for over 50 years, one of the first African-American within this region of St. Louis to get his own post office named after him off of Natural Bridge.
Right.
And then we have jazz musician Clark Terry. So the list is long with Vashon alumni, great alums of Vashon that came out of there. Great
I know
musician.
Norman Say was very happy to let people know that he was.
Oh yeah, the late great Norman Say.
Yes, that he was always promoted Vashon. So how does it feel, Bennie? How can one get in you have a Vashon Hall of Fame and also a Vashon alumni. How can one reach you in order to get more information about that, and how can they get into the Hall of Fame?
More information about the Hall of Fame, and yes, I am a Hall of Famer myself. I was inducted within the class of 2018 of the Vashon High School Hall of Fame, one of the youngest alums to be inducted into that wonderful class of over 75 members. But the Unified Alumni Association put up the call for nominations every 2 to 4 years for alums to be recognized for their great service that they do to the community, and as well as their service that they give back to Vashon. The Unified Alumni Association, we have meetings every second Saturday from March to June, and then we pick back up September through December, every second Saturday, beginning at 11 a.m. at Vashon. So stay engaged, stay involved, contact an alum. There's plenty of us that you can come and get involved and join the Alumni Association, where pretty much our priorities is to give back to service the students of Vashon High School. And that's whether fundraising, giving, toiletry drives, clothes drives, anything like that. We always have activities to help drive resources that we give back and also provide scholarships to our graduates.
Cozy Marks is also very active with the Alumni Association. Is he still active?
Yes, Mr. Marks is definitely active and involved. He's now President Emeritus of the Unified Alumni Association. Mr. Marks kind of passed the torch a couple of years ago to our current president, Mr. Elvis Hopkins, who serves in that role now. So Mr. Marks stayed active and involved.
The current home of Harris-Stowe State University, there, 3026 Laclede, is also formerly Vashon High School. Tell us about that, Benny.
Yes, it's very exciting. It's thrill for me too as well to know that I have the opportunity to walk the halls every day at work, knowing that this once stood Vashon High School, and understand. And at that we do meet a lot of alums that come back to that building, and also remember my locker is right there. You know, every time Congresswoman Maxine Waters, she come back to Harris-Stowe, she always go right back to the same spot. This right here was my locker. And that's the thrill and the memories of that is good to hear.
Yeah, Congresswoman Waters is very, very happy to be a Vashon alumni.
Yes.
The Vashon Rec Center, I understand, is undergoing a renovation. Tell us about the old Vashon Rec Center there on the corner of Market and Compton.
Yeah, so the former old Vashon Community Center that has sat vacant for many years is now run and controlled by Harris-Stowe State University. So the university, with the help of community partners and as well as the National Parks Foundation and as well as former Congressman Lacey Clay and also current U.S. Senator Roy Blunt, work beyond the bipartisan lines to secure funding to help us restore that. So we are happy to say that back in December, we kicked off our renovations of it with the help of some community members as well as our president, Dr. Latonia Collins-Smith, to kick off a $3 million renovation project that will restore the Vashon Center, that will house the Don and Heidi Wolf Jazz Institute as well as the Radio Black Hall of Fame. So we're looking to open that in the fall, late fall of this year, 2022. That way that the community can restore, to come back in, to see the building restored back to its original jewel to the community, where we will offer programs, music programs, lectures, and also will serve as a archive, and we will also have archives of several people. We can talk about that later.
Well, I'm thinking that Congressman Clay and Frankie Freeman, Attorney Frankie Freeman, their
Yes.
papers will be there, right?
Yes. So we definitely have archives of the late great Frankie Muse Freeman that would be housed there as well, and also the late great Dr. Henry Givens Jr. as well,
Right.
and also former Congressman Lacey Clay. So we have the archives, and we have a schedule that we will share with the community in a later time of that, where we will display all of the archives from their great work within our city, within our area. Yes.
And you and Terrence Finley were very instrumental in preserving what they could for the old Vashon Center. How did it make you feel, Benny, to know that the Vashon Rec Center is going to be a national, international type museum?
It's a great feeling. Again, it takes a team, and also my colleague, Dr. Terrence Finley, who is the Vice President of Business and Financial Affairs and the CFO of Harris-Stowe State University. We meet daily, every day, because our goal is to get it up and running by the fall. But it is a great opportunity for us, knowing that we can really restore a jewel and a gem back to this community where people can remember. You know, people, every time they come on campus, and there used to be a swimming pool. Where's the swimming pool? Where's the swimming pool? So we can't tell people where the swimming pool. Unfortunately, the swimming pool got covered up. We couldn't restore that piece. Yeah. But definitely a lot of that is being restored. With that, of course, when we have things that that's on the National Registries for Historic Preservation, we have to reserve a lot of things. So it will be a lot of things that will be kept in there, the original floor, the gym floor, and also the scoreboard that is in the building. So it's a lot that we have to keep intact,
Yeah.
but it's great that we're keeping it intact so that people can remember that and say, I remember that right there on that wall, or I remember that.
Bennie Gilliam-Williams is my guest. He's from Harris-Stowe State University and Vashon alumni. We'll be right back after this.
Behind me is the New Life Evangelistic Center administrative offices in Overland, Missouri. And this is where we shoot our shows for our worship shows and the Here's Help Network. And it's also where Zakid Baruti and Bernie Hayes shoot their shows. You can find all of these shows at the New Life Evangelistic Center app, the NLEC TV app. You can also access them on your tablet or on your computer. And this is how you can stay up to date with all the things that New Life Evangelistic Center is doing. There are so many different programs that we've got going on, and God is doing many exciting things through partners like you. So if you want to support the work that New Life is doing, then please access and give through the app. You can go online at nlecstl.org or give us a call at 314-421-3020. Again, 314-421-3020. But this is the best way to get plugged into the amazing work that New Life is doing through people like you. And so we ask that you share your much needed gifts right now. We are out on the streets every single day through our street patrol. We have big rallies on Friday where we give bus tickets and clothing and food. We have a new Ukrainian homesteading program where we will sponsor and invite Ukrainians to begin their new life here in the United States. We have a center in Springfield and New Bloomfield and House Springs and all throughout Missouri. And so there is something for you to get involved in today. And we are so thankful for our partners. Only through the grace of God and your gift are we able to bless others today.
And welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes. My guest is Bennie Gilliam-Williams from Harris-Stowe State University and Vashon Alumni Association. Bennie, the rec center we just got to talking about, that was part of Mill Creek, wasn't it? And Vashon High School?
Yes, it was definitely a part of the old Mill Creek Valley.
Yeah.
Within that area. As we know, that area is definitely about to change. Not only are we meeting with that building along itself at the corner of Compton and Market, we are meeting with city officials and city leaders, and also with the Brick Line Greenway. So there's about to be a transformation from that intersection from Compton and Market all the way down to the new MLS Stadium at 20th and Market. So it's definitely a lot of transformation that are happening around our campus. We're part of that as well.
That's great. Do a lot of people know that the Harris-Stowe State University building housed right now was there over Vashon High School? Do many people know that?
A lot of people do not know that. We get that very often with that, but we say when they walk into the building, like, oh, it looked like a high school. And yes, formerly it was, because a lot of people do not know that the history of Harris-Stowe State University, before we became a state institution back in 1979, the institution was ran and operated by St. Louis Public Schools.
Yeah, there was Harris-Stowe State College at one time.
Yes.
Yeah. That shirt you're wearing, it just amazes me, man. How can one get one of those T-shirts that you're wearing?
Definitely want to get in contact with any member of the Vashon Alumni Association, myself, along as with Ms. Claudette Carson, along as any Vashon Alumni Association member. We have shirts. We want people to be proud of our great institution. So definitely can cop one. We'll be at games, everything like that. So yeah.
How can we reach you at Harris-Stowe, or also about the Alumni Association? What numbers do you have? How can we reach you?
The numbers you can reach me at 314-340-3506 or at GilliamB@hssu.edu.
Repeat all that for us, please.
And it's 314-340-3506 or GilliamB, that's GILLIAMB @hssu.edu.
Okay, that 340-3506, that's directly to you, isn't it?
Yes, that's directly to me. Yes.
Okay. Then tell us about Harris-Stowe State University. What are your plans, your outreach plans, and how do you commute with the community?
Well, our plans for Harris-Stowe State University is definitely is driven by our mission to serve the under-resourced, underserved students of the community, and as well as our mission is really heavily driven by our president, Dr. Latonia Collins-Smith, who have a passion and a resource to serve the greater St. Louis region. So I'm proud to work up under her. That is our mission that we all live by, to service the students of Harris-Stowe State University and service the community of Harris-Stowe State University as well. So this fall, we definitely are bringing back a lot of things again on campus. I'm excited to say that we will bring it back our monthly wing flings that we normally do. We partner with the Wolf Jazz Institute on campus and the Radio Black Hall of Fame, so I'm looking forward to that as well. And also the inauguration of our new president as well as homecoming, which is definitely a exciting atmosphere on campus as well.
That's beautiful. You know, I know that the Harris-Stowe State University is also an HBCU. Tell us what that means.
Yes, so HBCU stands for Historically Black Colleges and University, and we are a proud member of that too. We started years ago, we started to really embrace that because unfortunately we have not really been embracing that. But Missouri we one of two universities in the state of HBCU, and that's our sister institution, Lincoln University of Jefferson City. So HBCU, and it's a theme to thrive, the embrace of that, knowing that a HBCU, Historically Black College University, give resources to students like a home vibe feel. And I'm a product of HBCU, and one thing that I love about Harris-Stowe State University, and the trend of different HBCUs, that you're not known by a number in most institutions, the PW, as a predominantly white institution, you're known by your name. And it's the family vibe, the feel that we have at Harris-Stowe State University that drives me every day, knowing that, it's that vibe. So I have plenty of nieces and nephews at Harris-Stowe State University. The students call them uncles, aunties, and everything like that. But we appreciate that because we knowing that we are affecting lives and changing lives every day.
And accreditation. I mean, Harris-Stowe University is one of the most accredited schools in the area, not only in this area, but I mean in the state of Missouri and in the country, in the nation. You have a lot of degree programs now, don't you?
Yes, so we have over 50 degree programs and certificated programs that we service the institution. So going from one standard degree that we was offering for as a teacher education now to over 50 and growing and growing and growing. And we have great deans such as Dr. Stacy G. Hollins, who is our Dean of Anheuser School of Business, who is phenomenal, who is just sewing that program off the maps. And also, too, with that, we have a new Center for Entrepreneurship that will be opening as well in late spring, and she's spearheading that project. But also with that, we are able to offer certificates to entrepreneurs. So they're able to come to Harris-Stowe to get a certificate in entrepreneurship, and which that help drives young Black African Americans or anybody to want to say, hey, I want to open up a business, and this is how you successfully run a business, and you have that certificate to back you up. So we are literally training and preparing people for that as well.
You know, I often see you and I ask you, Bennie, when was the last time you slept? I mean, you do so much. You're assistant to President Latonia Collins-Smith, and you all the events that happen at Harris-Stowe State University, whether in the Emerson Theater or the larger Henry Gibbons Auditorium. How do you manage that, Bennie?
Well, I manage it very well, but not knowing that expecting me. And I appreciate the opportunity as well. Like her schedule is now my schedule is now her schedule. So we like tag team. We work off both each other energy. But we do it very well. And I couldn't do it by myself. Of course, we have a staff and a team that works with me as well. But we are excited to really open up our campus so that people can have those professional development events or those concerts or their engagement or think tank activities on campus. So we are excited to host and to share our campus with the community. And, there's always something going on in Harris-Stowe. So if you want to have an event or attend an event, I just ask you to visit hssu.edu/events to see what's happening on campus or to schedule your event on campus.
Give us that address again, HSSU what?
So that's www.hssu.edu/events.
.edu./events.
Events, yes. So we're happy to host events, to share the campus with you as well. Just this past week, we just wrapped up 17 graduations since last Saturday.
Wow.
So so a lot of St. Louis public schools and charter schools in this region host their graduations as well. We host reunions, proms, like all type of things. You name it, we host it. So we have the space. Definitely, we can accommodate you to workshops, to conferences, to our residence halls and everything. Yeah, so we have a lot of summer
call
program.
again is what? What number do you call?
314-340-3506.
314-340-3506.
Yeah.
That's a Bennie Gilliam-Williams.
Yes.
All right. We're going to take another short break here, Mr. Williams, and come back and talk a little bit more about Vashon and Harris-Stowe State University. I'm Bernie Hayes. We'll be right back.
As we celebrate 50 years of God's faithfulness, how I thank God for all the years that we've been able to work side by side with Bernie Hayes. What a blessing this man has been, and what a blessing all of you all have been as you've continued to partner with New Life Evangelistic Center so we can feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, reach out and be a family to those that have no family at all. Now, as we're celebrating 50 years of God's faithfulness, I'm asking you to pray that we can get back into 1411 Locust at this particular moment. It was such a hideous crime when rich folks move in the neighborhood, shut that building down and put the homeless on the street. So many are suffering out there. Now, if you'd like myself or my grandson, Chris Aaron, to come and share with your church or business or group, please call us at 314-421-302. Yes, we're celebrating 50 years of God's faithfulness, thanking God for Bernie Hayes and all of his supporters and all of you that have been praying. The door's open now. We want to move into 1411 Locust. We've got to complete the work. Through your prayers, through your involvement, we can make a difference. It's New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri.
Our subject for today is William Count Basie, who was born August 21st, 1904, in Red Bank, New Jersey. In 1937, the bombastic 13-piece band known as the Count Basie Orchestra moved to New York City and became one of the world's leading big bands. Over the next 13 years, Basie's orchestra incessantly recorded and toured, establishing a new home base at the Apollo Theater in Harlem and performing there for several times a year. The orchestra's recordings include 1 O'Clock Jump, Jumping Out the Woodside, Taxi War Dance, and Lester Leaps In mark the peak of the Kansas City sound. Over the next 60-plus years, William Count Basie helped establish jazz as a serious art form, played not just in clubs, but in theaters and concert halls. He established swing as one of the jazz's predominant styles and solidified the link between jazz and blues. Basie died from cancer at the age of 79 in November 1984. William Count Basie.
How important are St. Louis Metro passes to the needy? To provide stability and permanent change to the homeless, they need jobs. But how do they get transportation to look for work when they have no money? And when they find a job, how will they get there? Become a part of NLEC's Metro Pass program and help bring enduring change to a life.
I have doctor's appointments that I have to attend, going to seek jobs and putting in applications. I really would like you to understand the importance and the need for this ministry, and anything that you can do to keep this ministry going. Please know that it is an extension of God's love.
Welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes, and my guest is Bennie Gilliam-Williams. He's a special assistant to the president of Harris-Stowe State University, Dr. Latonia Collins-Smith, and also he's the events coordinator. Any event that you want to take place at Harris-Stowe State University, you see Bennie Gilliam-Williams. Bennie, anything I haven't asked you about that you want to talk about?
We pretty much almost covered, but I just remind everyone to please stay connected. Whether it's Vashon that I'm with, again in August, private missions, but in August the 3rd Saturday, we normally have a tremendous block party, alumni reunion outside of Vashon High School. So please come out, be a part of it, engage, reconnect. Sign up for membership as well. And again, this year, Vashon will be celebrating its 95th anniversary. So stay tuned for that for more information regarding the plans for that, that we will celebrate with Vashon alums in the community in late October for our 95th anniversary.
Okay. And I noticed at Harris-Stowe State University and also at Vashon, your alumni association, you're very particular about staying safe from COVID. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we definitely take measures, and we definitely adhere to that. So we want to make sure everyone's safe as well with that. So yeah.
Okay. I see that T-shirt again, if it's possible.
Yes, definitely.
That's a Vashon Alumni Wolverines. Yeah. And they can get one by calling what number?
314-340-3506. Or my name, Bennie Gilliam-Williams, on social media, on Facebook or Instagram. So, yeah.
Okay. Bennie, going to Vashon High School, I mean, were those your funniest? People said the best years of my life were in high school. Was it your high school best years, or was Harris-Stowe your best years, or was elementary school your best years?
I would say both. Vashon was definitely my prime years. I definitely loved the atmosphere in that. Although I did not go to the original Vashon, like the pit that they would say on Grand, but I was at the new Vashon High School that was on Cass, and I enjoyed every moment of that. With that, as of being a basketball manager, and when I was in high school, to class president, a lot of fun activities and engagement with that, and I missed it, But then also at Harris-Stowe, which is that's where I found my passion. A lot of things that I would definitely say Harris-Stowe was definitely that choice for me. And I love everything of it, from being an alum to now an employee of the institution, has definitely been my passion with that.
Is there a Hall of Fame at Vashon? Can we go through there and see pictures of people who graduated from Vashon?
Yes, there is a Hall of Fame of Vashon. When you walk right into the rotunda, right off to your right, slightly to your right, you will see a case with well over 75 Hall of Fame plaques with that of every member who has been inducted into the Vashon High School Hall of Fame. And I think mine is probably on the third shelf, right in the middle, along with that as well. But yes.
And once again, the criteria for volunteering someone or?
Yeah, so the criteria for that is really just making sure they have a service and passion for their work and within the community, and also their service and passion to the students of Vashon High School and their philanthropy and giving back to the community as well.
So to be nominated is not complicated?
Yes. Yeah, it's not complicated at all. Anybody can nominate anyone, and we have our select committee made of members of the association who review the applications, and we have planned a nice little ceremony for everyone to attend.
From the stage at the Hattie Malone Parade, we saw Dr. Collins-Smith, but it wasn't until I saw a picture that Rosalind Guy took that I saw that you were driving that particular car. No one recognized Bennie Gilliam-Williams in the parade because we didn't know you were there.
Yeah, so that one I kind of took on the back seat, try to hide out. But normally we have this thing where you see her, you see me. When you see me, you see her, type of thing. But yes, but definitely I'm always close. Don't get me wrong, I'm always close. It's definitely when we have things, I'm always close to her, and I appreciate that. But definitely want the people to know that Harris-Stowe is the choice, and also with that, and I cannot be on the show without plainly to plug this, but Harris-Stowe is open for enrollment. So if you are a student, a high school student, or anyone who is interested in higher education, please reach out to Harris-Stowe State University, our Office of Admissions as well, or visit us at hssu.edu/apply. And see the opportunities that we have at Harris-Stowe.
Well, at a time, Bennie, I want to say thank you so much for coming to visit with us here at NLEC, New Life Evangelistic Center. And Bennie Gilliam-Williams, thank you for coming. And Bennie Gilliam-Williams, try to get some sleep.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Hayes, the legendary Mr. Hayes. Thank
it's a pleasure. Thank you. And thanks to each one of you for supporting the New Life Evangelistic Center. I am Bennie Hayes. Have a great day. If you haven't been vaccinated, please get your shots and stay safe.